Shock emails that could prove Manchester City did cheat. Fresh evidence appears to show Premier League champions had millions funneled into the club by Abu Dhabi to help inflate their income. New evidence claims Manchester City inflated income to get round FFP rules. The Mail on Sunday learned the club increased their shirt sponsorship money. City invoiced shirt sponsor Etihad £12 million in 2010-2011, when it was £4 million. Football leaks claimed City hid owner investment in sponsorship fees in 2018. It was late morning on Tuesday, April 12, 2011, when a senior executive within the sports sponsorship team at Etihad Airways composed an email to a business contact working in the partnerships department at Manchester City. City, then managed by Roberto Mancini, had extended their wait for a first title since 1968 to 43 years, but with a core of influential players including Joe Hart, Vincent Kompany, David Silva, Yaya Touré, Gareth Barry, James Milner, and Carlos Tevez, joint winner of the Premier League Golden Boot along with Dimitar Berbatov. They appeared to be knocking on the door of a real renaissance. Etihad's commitment is for £4 million and the remaining balance, £8 million, is handled separately by the UAE Executive Affairs Authority. Please can you clarify this to your accounts department and pick it up direct with the EAA in due course. Kind regards. To put this into context, the Mail on Sunday has been told, and has seen corroborative paperwork, that Manchester City invoiced Etihad for £12 million for the 2010-11 shirt sponsorship deal, but the invoice had a handwritten annotation that Etihad themselves were only due to pay £4 million that year. City have allegedly benefited from abnormally high sponsorship details from entities based in the UAE, in deals that appear to have contravened FFP rules. If money was being funneled into City to artificially inflate their income for years, that would be a problem. Fast forward to early summer of 2014 and a source close to City emailed the MOS and claimed that Etihad's 10-year £340 million sponsorship with City was not in fact mainly funded by Etihad but rather through Etihad, and that a state entity was picking up most of the tab. Around the same time, and this is when City had just been found guilty of breaking UEFA financial fair play. City have allegedly benefited from abnormally high sponsorship details from entities based in the UAE, in deals that appear to have contravened FFP rules. If money was being funneled into City to artificially inflate their income for years, that would be a problem. Fast forward to early summer of 2014 and a source close to City emailed the MOS and claimed that Etihad's 10-year £340 million sponsorship with City was not in fact mainly funded by Etihad but rather through Etihad, and that a state entity was picking up most of the tab. Around the same time, and this is when City had just been found guilty of breaking UEFA financial fair play. The MOS spoke to City in summer 2014 about the allegations and was told they could not be confirmed by the club. The sources declined to go on the record and no story ran. Fast forward again to summer 2020 and City had been banned from the Champions League for 2 seasons by UEFA for, among other things, disguised funding of sponsorship deals, in other words, for saying a sponsor was paying 100% of an agreed endorsement when in fact another entity was picking up some of the tab. The whole case against City by UEFA had started with the publication in 2018 of a series of emails by Der Spiegel purporting to show wrongdoing by City. The ongoing Premier League investigation into City is based on the same Der Spiegel materials. The email details how we, City, should be receiving £99 million, of which you, Etihad, will provide £8 million. I therefore should have forwarded £91 million and instead have sent you only £88.5 million. I effectively owe you £2.5 million. The MOS has asked the club a series of questions arising from this correspondence, and they declined to answer any specific queries. Instead, they pointed us to previous statements. In relation to the Pierce email, they said, the questions and matters raised appear to be a cynical attempt to publicly relitigate and undermine a case that has been fully adjudicated by the Court of Arbitration for Sport. City's position then is that they have broken no rules. Yet now it can be revealed that, in an argument the club put before a court, they admitted the Premier League apparently suspected there was evidence of wrongdoing. The Premier League contends that the media reports contain information suggesting breaches of the rules, said City's legal team. The Premier League declined to respond to questions, and their last comment on the subject, in 2019 and still applicable, is that their investigation is ongoing. What happens next? City's legal battle with the Premier League could still end in massively contrasting ways. From full exoneration of any wrongdoing to a severe punishment including points deductions and fines.